What is going on, people? Today I have another DIY video for you, and we're gonna be doing a simple one, which is an oil change. So let me show you what I got going on. On this oil change adventure, we're going to be doing it on a 2013 TDI Volkswagen, and let me show you the stuff that we got working with. We're going to need the oil, which this one is, as you can see here, VW504, VW507 for the TDI. Also, you're gonna need this tool. This will help you out. It is a 32.5 millimeter. This is to take out the housing. You have your oil filter, and then safety reasons, I have the jack stands and a jack. So what we're gonna start off by doing is lifting the car up securely, and we're going to start the process. So when you are lifting this vehicle, or any type of vehicle like this, you want to lift it from the pinch welds. So let me show you. So if we look at here, you can see this right here. This is the pinch weld. So we will be lifting from here and then lifting up the car. Also, before you start lifting, make sure your e-brake is on for the front wheel drive application so it doesn't lock up, or should I say roll back. If it's rear wheel drive, then you put a chalk. What I'm gonna do is a wheel chalk. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a brick on the other side of the tire, because I'm gonna lift this one side. Go ahead and grab a jack from under here. I'm gonna place it secure here. The subframe's at, and I'm gonna go ahead and lower the vehicle. Just make sure it is stable. I also have the jack lowered on it. Nice little quick shake test on it, just to make sure. And now I'm gonna lift the other side. All right, so now we're gonna go to the other side. And again, you're gonna look for the pinch weld and make sure you grab it at the pinch weld. If not, the jack might go through your floor, which you don't want to do. So through the pinch weld, again, for here on this side, the pinch weld is this, okay? We're gonna go ahead, move the jack to it. And what I'm gonna do is lift it a little bit. And what I like to do before starting is I like to make sure that the grooves go in and then apply pressure that way. Then we just jack it up. Same way as the other side. Alright, so one of the next steps after you have the car secured is to go ahead and shake it, give it a shake test. I do have a jack on the side here just to keep it, just for safety reasons. So the next step that we're gonna do is we're gonna take off the oil cap here. Take this off here for right now. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna pop open the cover, and it should just pop up. It's okay, you're gonna hear it pop. This is the grommet that goes here. I'm gonna go ahead and put this aside. And for the purpose of this, because I'm still working on the bottom, is I'm gonna go ahead and close this back up. Okay, so now the next thing that we gotta do is we gotta go to the bottom and take out the protective pan in the bottom. So you are going to need a T45 and also a T25. So time to go to the bottom. So I am looking underneath the car, and there's one. I'm missing some screws. I had it last at a dealership, but oh well. So we're gonna have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For my car is gonna be roughly about 9, but I am missing some, so I'll take this out. And then on the T45, there are 3 big ones in the back. So, and I'll go ahead and show you those three. One right here, the other one right here, and the other one here. So, remember when you have your ratchet, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So I'm gonna take out the back three first. This is the belly pan. Put this aside. What I'm going to do is go ahead and grab all the screws and put them inside the belly pan. That way I don't lose it. Alright, so the next thing that I'm going to do is, so I'm gonna go put a pan underneath to catch any oil just in case. I'm going to bring also the oil pan, the drain for the drain. We're gonna put that under here, but I'm also gonna drain the oil. So the bolt size is a 19 mil, which I already have it here. So let me grab that stuff real quick. So the next step, once you drain the oil, is you're gonna have to use a 32.5 millimeter socket adapter to get to the oil filter housing, which is located here by the throttle body. It goes in like so. There we go. And there's the oil filter. Alright, gonna go ahead and fish for it like this. So these type of oil filters, I'll show you the new one real quick. They have this part here. So what happens when sometimes on these vehicles, they get stuck on, so I had to go ahead and put my thumb inside. On the old one, I had to put my thumb in here and then grip it and then pull up hard because it was just stuck on there. So this is the new one here, and I will be taking this out right now. But let's take this old one out, but it's all oily, so I have my shop towels ready. Ooh, that does not look good. Had some nice mileage on it. Remember, this is on a diesel vehicle too. I'm gonna go ahead and lube the nipple here with the O-ring with some new oil. And just lube it up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and cap this off. Don't want any accidents. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. Hear that little pop, a little snap. It's in place now, so that's how this goes in. Okay, now with the old one, the old ring here, you're gonna need a pick tool, and you're gonna want to go ahead and just start taking out the old ring out. The O-ring comes out like so. I'm going to discard this on my oil pan on the bottom. Now inside here in the filter comes with one already, so I am going to go ahead and do the same thing and pre-lube this with some oil. just go in just a little bit around it. Now, you want to go ahead and just slip this through. And you want to move this to the last groove. So it's in there on the last groove. So now we're going to go ahead and put it back on. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go by hand. I'm not going to go all crazy and torque it down and snap anything. Once it's there, you're going to go ahead, put your adapter, grab your ratchet and extension. You're going to tighten it, not too tight, it's only 5 Newton meters. So I will go until it does not allow me to rotate with ease. I have tightened this now, so the cap is now on. So the next step to do for me is go ahead and install the new drain plug with washer underneath, and then we'll go ahead and put oil in 19 mil. I'm gonna go ahead and hand thread this in. The reason why we hand thread it is so that we don't mess anything of the threads, cross thread it. So it should be good now. I'm gonna go ahead and put this to tighten. So I went with the 2-finger torque. So 2 fingers here and torqued it down. Gonna go ahead and just clean this out here. Okay, next step is to put the oil. So when you're done with everything and the car's still up, we gotta reinstall the pan now, the plastic pan that goes underneath that protects the DSG and protects the oil pan. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. One of the steps that we gotta do now is put the oil inside the engine. So I have gone back and forth with different forms, and also I've looked into different service manuals, and they say that it takes roughly about 4.5 quarts to 5.5 quarts. But one thing that we have to keep in mind is here we have the VW507. So that is for these vehicles. What I'm going to be using is a 530 full synthetic Mobil 1 for this diesel. So I'm going to go ahead and pour the first one. And I will be pouring up to 4.5 quarts. I will run the car for 30 seconds. I will check. If I need to pour more, I will pour more. And hopefully we'll go from there. So here we go. We're only going to pour half, so I got to be a little crucial with this one. Hit the funnel so I can see it better. Alright, so that's 4.5. Gonna go ahead and put the cap on, and I am going to turn it on for 30 seconds. that it's ran for 30 seconds, I'm gonna check the dipstick. So the first pass, I'm gonna clean off. I'm not gonna check it. The second one, I will check. Here we go. So as you can see, it needs a little bit more oil. So it looks like it will be putting in 5 quarts. Check again. There we go. A good number. I am slightly elevated in the front. I'm not on a flat surface here on the driveway. So that's why it's kind of looks like that, but that is very good now. So now the next thing we gotta do is put the cover back on and the oil cap. Alright, so we are putting the cover back on, which I will be taking the car to get detailed because it is dirty. And what I'm doing here is I'm making sure that this grommet goes around because I found dirt inside. So I'm going to make sure this grommet is secure enough here. And now I'm going to go ahead and put the oil cap back on. Voila! You have completely changed your own oil. And so the next thing that I actually have to do, so I do have my OBD11, is I got to reset the service now code. So with that, we're going to go ahead and go inside the car and go ahead and process the service now code. So on OBD11, you want to go ahead and touch the little blue icon in the lower right hand corner. And once you get in there, once it loads, you got to go to Workshop, click on Workshop, click on Oil Service Reset. And once you're there, go to Change Values. Click on Change Values. Go ahead and click on Reset and Activate. And once it's activated, it's going to reset on its own and you're finished. From there, you can go ahead and go to the home screen and just disconnect it, get out of it, and you're all set, ready to go. For the next video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a DSG transmission flush. You are going to need your OBD11, which I'm going to be using, so stay tuned for the next video. Peace. And you really thought the video was over. Now you gotta stay for the bloopers. Enjoy.
Bruh.
Fail. What's up, Mom? Yeah.
Andres.
Oh shit, I'm recording, huh?
Oh yeah, blooper. That's a blooper. Like towards the end, it has a blooper.
Never fails.
I even just said it to put the pen in everything so it doesn't get dirty.
Oh shit.
Question, Rook, don't start.
Oh.
Can you see all the dirt and shit?